that I have been an activist and a member of the human rights defense and governance activism fraternity for many years. Going back to, I remember well, 1999, 2000, those dark days. So when I come across someone doing activism in the thematic area of governance, I must pause to develop interest or at least support or impress if I can support, or at least allow or permit or give an opportunity for the actor to have their way and influence decision making, be it in government or even out here in the community. So when I meet AmShield with partnering with IPEC and other non-state actors around, working in the area of governance, I get elated as a person and as an office, because that is my area of operation, and as a person I have keen interest, I have a passion for governance space. Why am I saying this? For me, issues, government planning, government policy, government programs, or programming, and the budgeting are governance issues for me. And when I find someone interested to check whether government is doing the correct thing, especially in the budget making cycle, from the call circular on 30th of August every year, trying to remind the public that there is an upcoming budget making cycle, from the call circular by the CEC, Finance, all the way to the fiscal strategy paper formulation in around February, to the budget itself and public participation for that. I get amused. So that is how AmShield International and their partners like IPEC and the like have made a mark in the course of our work. Some of them even support us where we are lacking or where we are down. They hold us our hand. They remind us when we've fallen short of expectations, especially with the timelines. You know, as a former activist, let me call myself that, though activism never dies. Sometimes you see a wrong, but as a government officer now you can't call it out. You can't say we need to give enough notice of 14 days as required by law. So you only wish there can be a big brother somewhere reminding us that we are not doing the correct thing. Not because I'm not saying that, but even if I'm saying, I can't be the one calling someone out for not doing the correct thing. So AmShield International specifically has been one of the organizations in the forefront, working in the thematic area of governance, and reminding, by the way, when I talk about AmShield, I think I may be a bit subjective and associated more greatly with the MISI than any of the AmShield community. Forgive me for that. Because we speak very closely. Sometimes we even get out of the working sphere and speak privately, including at night. Not to leak government secrets, because serikali is serikali, but at least to check on each other and find out if we can support each other, move to another level about government policy, about budget making cycle, about whatever is happening in government. Like a specific example that I may not forget, I don't know if Abisi himself remembers, there was a leakage of the sewer line around Nubia some time back. Those who live around that stretch from the public hall, from the multi-purpose hall at Nubia, near the police line or the sub-county offices, down to the avenue going to Rajambili or Otori, isn't it? There was a problem some time back, and You can imagine there are even government offices around there. There are residential structures there where even government officers live. But as I've just said, when you're in government, you may not be the first one to point out. So when you find a non-state actor like Amshield petitioning, and I'm going to say that in 30 seconds, petitioning that, or reminding government, to put it positively, reminding government that there is leakage from this sewer line, and that gets to be addressed, and the sewer line is attended to, including repairing the road. Some stretches now repaired and marked and compacted properly, courtesy of that reminder of petition from an state actor. For me, that is influencing government decision and practice in the actual sense, in the practical sense. Why? Because I believe that among the many entry points for public participation, which is the core mandate of my directorate, drafting petitions, writing memoranda, participating in statutorily required public participation fora, including fiscal strategy paper drafting, CIDP drafting, the budget, the revenue bill public participation. All those entry points for the public, non-state actors, government officers to participate in the public participation entry points are all allowed, including demonstrations and picketing. So if Amshield chooses to approach their influence of government decision making and planning and programming through drafting memoranda and petitions, for me that is a brother from outside government, helping government improve on its service delivery, helping soften my entry point to approaching my colleagues in government, do the correct thing, instead of me having to poke somebody's nose. Now someone in